Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of D-Note. We have a very special guest here who's flown in all the way from Singapore. He is the Chief Marketing Officer and a Senior Vice President of FNN in Singapore. Khalid, welcome to the program.
Thank you for calling me. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start off with a very basic question. What is your journey? Where did you start off, and how did you end up all the way in Singapore? For not very many Pakistanis actually get to achieve something like that. So a little bit about yourself, please.
Sure. My journey has been one eventful and amazing. If I look back into my last 25 years of work experience, I think there have been multiple points at which they've made a huge difference to who I am today. And if I had to relive that journey, I think I would not do many things differently. I would actually relive the same journey again. My professional career started with Unilever. I joined in as a marketing trainee, just coming out of an MBA program, and started in a very large organization in a very small role. And from that small role, I continued to grow in the organization. What I was able to get within Unilever, as well as then my companies that I worked after, were some fantastic critical experiences. I was given the opportunity to work on projects. I was looking after brands and categories, and I was looking after them in multiple countries, which gave me the confidence and the exposure which continues to stay with me. Made many mistakes, probably made a lot of mistakes which I've learned from. As a matter of fact, some of the best moments of my life have been the mistakes I've done professionally. In addition to the critical experiences, it's been tremendous leaders I've worked with, legendary leaders, people who, if were not a part of my journey, I would have been half of who I am today. And I will be unfair to name any one, there have been many. After Unilever, I went and joined Pepsi. I was looking after Pepsi marketing for Pakistan, and eventually the organization looked after the region, and then we were looking after West Asia business unit, which were Pakistan and a few more countries. I was looking after the snacks as well as the beverage business for Pepsi. I was with them for 5 years. I had an amazing time again, launched new brands, delisted some brands, went and created new ways of growing the market, growing per capita. And then from there I left Pakistan and I went to Singapore, Malaysia region, where I was there for about, and I've been there since last 10 years. I was working for the Coca-Cola system. I was with them for about a 5-year period, and then after that, I work for FNN, which is a Singaporean very successful organization. I'm their marketing head, looking after the brands for all the non-alcoholic beverages that we look after. We have in our business. So that's been a bit of a career in terms of organizations, but key thing that I want to take back from this is that I was extremely fortunate of working with some legendary leaders who were able to give me opportunity to learn, were given me the opportunity to get those critical experiences, work on those projects, make my hands dirty in areas which really helped me to be who I am today. So one of the things I continue to do now, and as my journey continues, I want to make sure that I'm able to provide that same opportunity to people who work for me, people who are starting their careers. Because if you're able to channelize your thinking, if you're able to channelize your own thought process in a way which allows you to gain more confidence and pick up new learnings, I think it's one of the best things that can happen to us. So the journey has been amazing. It consisted of great experiences, great leaders, and great market environments, which were very, very different in different times.
Okay, so continuing that dialogue, in terms of your journey, you must have worked with several brands. What if I were to ask you, what was that one special brand that you really enjoyed working on? It could be in terms of a learning experience, or it could be in terms of doing really exciting things, but something that you've really cherished. So.
Well, that's a great question. It'll be unfair to call one brand the most favorite brand, because I worked with some very powerful brands and with some big mega brands, and some very, very small brands, and some brands which didn't exist and we created them. So, at different phases, when I go back to Unilever, from Sunsilk to Rexona, to Lux, to Surf, to Wheel, to Rin, all of them have had an impact on me, and they've contributed significantly to my own learning and to the capability that I've been able to pick up over these years. In Pepsi, there was obviously Pepsi, the main flagship brand in Pakistan at that time. And then again, Mountain Dew is something that we launched in 2003, if I'm not mistaken, which was again an amazing source of learning for us because um, Mountain Dew was launched in Pakistan several years before that, and it was a big failure. And the whole system was challenging the decision of launching Mountain Dew in Pakistan, and actually questioning whether we should go ahead with Mountain Dew and invest in building that brand because it had seen failure in the country. I and my team and the people I worked with very, very clearly believed in the fact that Mountain Dew can come and play a big role. We brought in Mountain Dew at a humble start, but the right start. We were able to get things right, and it's become a fairly successful brand for the company today. That again taught me amazing stuff of how to create a new brand altogether in the country, which doesn't have any sense of recognition, it doesn't have any sense of relationship with any consumer. So we're trying to create a new positioning of a new brand. Then obviously working in F&N and working in Coke, I got the opportunity to work for fantastic brands like 100 Plus, which I look after even now. Coca-Cola, which is a globally known icon. So there have been so many. It'll be unfair to answer any one particular brand. Each one of them, either because of the reason of their mammoth size or the reason of growing them from a complete zero base, or some brands that allowed us to grow per capita consumption and actually fuel growth of the market, or some brands where we needed to charge better pricing to make sure that we're able to realize better value. For some brands which were about giving scale to the business, to be allowed to provide that big scale in the organization, and Wheel was one of them that I used to look after in Bangladesh. Each one of them have had a significant role in the organizations I worked for, as well as on me. All of them have played a big role for me. So if I go back and I choose any one particular brand, I don't think I can. But I can certainly say the brand that I enjoyed most was Pepsi and Mountain Dew. The brand I enjoy most now is 100 Plus. And the brand that taught me a lot was detergent brands from Unilever, which was Surf and Rin and Wheel. Yeah.